So again, based on what I learned on these 3 SVG assignments, and think back to everything you learned about shapes in sections 11.1, 11.2, 11.3 about plane geometry, plane being a flat surface, you're going to come up with a design. So to do that, you will start off with a blank grid. So either print this out or get a piece of graph paper and label it out to 160 and 100. So I'm going to do that next. And then this part's going to be a little tricky because I got to come up with an attractive design while you guys are watching, which is a little pressure. So let's put that someplace I can draw, which would be over here. Should be good enough. All right, so let's see. What do I want to do here? Today is Earth Day, and there was a cool exhibit about bees at the college. So I'm thinking about bees. I'm thinking about hexagons. I've always liked circles. So I think I want to do something with circles and hexagons and lines. So let's see. I think I will start. Remember we did that paper circle exercise and we ended up with a hexagon inside the circle and we ended up with triangles inside the circle? I'm thinking about that design too. Okay, I think I know what I want to do. So I want to try and draw a circle. And you might want to, if you're not the best circle drawer, find something circular in your house that will fit on your grid to fill it up. I happen to have a circle tool here that I'm going to try to use. Let's start off with red so it's visible. So let's say I want a circle that's kind of in the middle. So I'm thinking the center is going to be about here. And so I'm going to make it pretty big. So it's going to come, let's see, maybe that high there. So that's what, 10, 20, 30, 45, 10, 20, 30, 45, 10, 20, 30, 45, 10, 20, 30, 40. Oops, I miscount, 10, 20, 30, 45. All right, so those are the edges of my circle. Let's see how the computer does turning in this into a circle for me. That's not bad. Okay, so that's my circle. And then I want to put a hexagon in there. So let's do a green hexagon. So hexagon needs 6 points. So there'll probably be a line across the top and then another line coming down over that way. Another one over that way-ish. Oh, I just had a better idea. Remember we played with the Pythagorean theorem before? I think this might be a better way to do it. Otherwise, I'm going to, oh, this is not too bad. That's a nice hexagon. Okay, I'm going to start with that on my design. So then I have to identify some of those points. So just some notes off to the side here. For my circle, and you might want to do something similar. Again, make this your own design, so don't let me bias you. I'm just going to play around to show you how I'll build those two. And then I think I'm going to need more time to do this, so I'll probably have a second video where I come back and finish it. So circle, my center is what, 80, 50, right in the middle of my grid. And then I picked for it a radius, so it looks like 45. And I was thinking, oh, the Pythagorean theorem idea. I don't know if you remember when we were playing with the Pythagorean theorem, there is what's called a 3, 4, 5 right triangle. So that if you measure 3 units in one direction, and then you measure out 4 units perpendicular to that, then the diagonal distance is going to be exactly 5. So what that means is if I have a circle that has a radius related to 5, then I can find points around the edge related to 3 and 4. So instead of choosing 45 as my radius, if I had chosen 50, that would be 10 times that. Then I would have triangles related to this right here, and the points would be easy to find going around the outside. So that might be something you want to consider if you decide to do a hexagon too. So I'm going to not do that idea. I'm going to go with my 45, my original one. And so I need to just kind of estimate where each of these points here is. And I might have to move them after. Okay, so let's see if I can build this. All right, so how am I going to make this happen? Well, I give a blank file here to work with. So you can go to this code pen here. So this is just a blank 60 by 100 grid. And I'm going to do that trick I did before. I'm going to blow it up by doubling the width and the height just for fun. So instead of 340, if we double that, that's 680. Oops. And then double 220, we get 440. So our rectangle just jump in size twice as big. Okay, so, and then this rectangle right here is just so you can see your outline. You can delete that later. And then we're going to put SVG stuff starting on that line there. All right, what do I want? I want a circle to start with. So I'm going to go back to my work tab here. Oh, forgot. Fork it so it's your own, right? Right now it's Coach Parker's. I need it to be mine. All right, and oops, I'm still Coach Parker. I messed this up. Let's call this oops and try again. Let's close that. Sorry, I forgot which Gary I was here. Complicated life sometimes. Okay, here we go. So fork, and then I'll worry about blowing it up later. All right, so I'm gonna go back to my work here and go to one of the ones that has a circle, like this one right here has a circle in it. And I'm just gonna steal that circle tag. Oops. There we go. Copy, and then go back here. I fork this, yeah. And then I'm gonna paste it in right here. Give myself some space to work. All right, and then I want this one to have a center of 80 and y equals 50 from my notes, and I went for a radius of 45. So it should go almost to the top and bottom. Nice. All right, so then I have to guess at where my points are for this right here, and I'm gonna use the polygon to make that happen. So let's shrink that stuff so I have more room. And I do have a polygon here somewhere. There's the polygon. So I'm just going to copy, Control C, and then paste, Control V. And let's see, for now, I think I want to do fill none for the circle. That's okay. We'll leave the fill there for now. Okay, so now I need to put my points in. So maybe I'll start here. So it looks like I have a point that's roughly at 60, 10. So I'll try that. 60, 10. Okay, right there, that looks pretty good. All right, and then I've got another point that looks like it might be 110. See if my drawing's any good. Okay, not bad. And then another point appears to be 125.50. Okay, that's going around okay. All right, then down here, this one looks like to be 190. So then after the 50 before the Z, I'm gonna go 100, 90. Yeah, and the Z means just go back to wherever the starting point was. So we're just gonna keep working our way around. That's not bad. I didn't think it was gonna go this well my first time. 60, 90 is the next point. The order matters, which I'll show in a second. Cool. All right, and then the next one is what? That looks to be about 35. Yeah, because of my radius, that should be 35.50. All right, so one more point, 35 for X, 50 for Y. Oh, I typed that in the wrong spot. That's gonna mess stuff up. Yeah, notice things got weird there. I wanna type there. So what is it supposed to be again? It's supposed to be 35, 50. Oh, and then I need a space and then the Z. Otherwise it gets confused. Oh, holy shit. That's not bad. Okay, I wanted the stroke to be green. I don't know if I really want it to be green, but I'm going to put it green. Pretty cool. All right, that's the start of my drawing. So I need to do some more thinking about this design. So again, I'm thinking something about Earth Day and bees. That's why the hexagon is there, and I love circles. So I will come back later with the rest of my design, and I hope you come up with something cool. I'm looking forward to seeing you work on this. And if you get stuck on anything, write to me. Let me know how I can help. All right, adios. Do good work. Bye-bye.